do that.
My question is like, if you're trying to get financially stable and you're having a plan of like 5 years and it doesn't happen in 5 years, it doesn't happen in 10 years, you're growing old. What happens next?
What are you talking about there?
You could have plans for like financial investments.
So you want to tell me in any of those plans within those years, you want to tell me that those years can reach when you have not achieved any.
Of course,
any
it's
part.
very
It's very possible.
It's
We've
very
seen
possible.
we've seen people
Now,
that have.
let me tell you one thing.
Welcome back to our channel. It's the Raw Voices, and we're back again with another video. My name is XOVIC Zovic. Stay tuned, subscribe, like, and leave a comment on this video. We're excited to give you more content as we've been doing for the last month. And still, I'm here with my homies, my brothers, and we're excited to give you content. Yeah.
Big up to you guys. Once again, my name is Gala Abdul. I welcome you guys to our channel. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe. All right, it's your boy Casman again. Jonathan is the name. Welcome you again to this new video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing the videos.
Yeah.
We've seen so many of you have liked our Valentine's video. It was fire for sure. Thank you so much for the love. We really appreciate it. Today we have another nice topic we're going to talk about. It's more of like people within our age, you know. We're going to talk about like financial stability. Why is financial stability, like people are choosing financial stability so much over anything else.
Over their goals.
Yeah, over their like life goals or things they wanted to be 5 years ago, you know. So we're gonna raise up a few points. We're gonna brainstorm, you know, see what we think about it. Why is this a problem? What are the pros and cons of financial stability? You know, why is everybody like almost 80% at this point is focused on financial stability? But you know, there is ups and downs. There's hills to go over and valleys to go into. A lot of challenges to experience as we go through the journey of, you know, making it to financial stability.
Yeah.
So, first of all, we're going to talk about how high the costs of living have really gone so high.
So let's first define it. What's financial stability to you? How would you define that?
Financial stability is, in simple language, I would define it as having the amount of money that you feel is enough for you, but in actual sense, no money is enough.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think anybody is financially stable. Okay, what we can call financial stability in our generation is somebody having sources of income without being employed. Your own boss, you know.
So if you can earn without working.
Yeah, if you can earn even when you're sleeping.
Oh yeah.
You know, that is what we can define as financial stability. You know, but we've seen so many things that come in the way. Even us, it's the same thing we want, you know. We experience so many challenges. You find that you're probably making a certain amount of money a month, but then the bills are taking almost 70% or 80% of what you're making. You know, what are you supposed to do to get out of that level where 80% of your monthly income or monthly salary is spent on bills and all that, and whereby you only have like a 10% or 20% for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you want to save something, you want to you want to go out and, you know, enjoy life. Life is short, you know.
You have dependence.
You have family, you have people you want that are depending on you. You have your friends that call you, hey, Jonathan, I have such and such a situation, or I lost my mom, I lost my dad. Can you please send me something, you know? Can you help me out? So we've looked at so many things coming within the line of us struggling to be financially stable. And one of the things we've seen, we shall start with, that I definitely see as one of the strong issues that might be delaying financial stability in our generation is the high cost of living. When you look at like education, education costs are so high. People are even some of us are not wanting to start families. I'm not saying it, but people are scared of starting families. People don't want responsibility. People don't want to even rent a house by themselves. They are comfortable staying with their parents, or
scared for the worst.
They are like, no, I don't think I want to get into this, because they're struggling to protect all the money they have, so they get to where they feel like they're financially stable
and take that step.
And they're scared of taking that step, But when it comes to financial stability, you also look at prices of like rent or housing prices. They are so high right now. Buying a house in America, you're going to pay a mortgage for almost 20 plus years to own something that is yours, and even after that, you're not done paying for it.
Do you know what I find funny? We are talking about financial stability. I know you've worked on some jobs where you work with people that you earn the same money with, but they have families. You can work with a guy that has a wife, has kids, like 2 kids, and has family, but you're earning the same money, and this person is literally supporting his family and providing for them. But you don't have a family,
and you're
earning the same money, but
you're struggling. It comes with the things that we put on ourselves.
Choices.
The choices we make to be responsible of. We spend money in a lot of dumb stuff. You after spending money, you're even wired to go back to your account and look at it and see how much you spent.
The thing is, us the youth, we no longer value starting up a family as a milestone, like those years before. Right now, with the youth, we're looking at by the way, also the social life we live in has changed everything. The way we look at family. Right now, we look at personal growth. Like we look at we're busy building careers, studying to, studying a lot, gaining a lot of information. Also, that delays.
It does.
And there comes the financial stability. But all in all, the today's life, the way we live in, and plus maybe I want to say the past experience. We can as well grow up in families whereby you've seen when you're growing up, you're struggling. Your dad is struggling to raise you up, guys. Because of the finances.
The parents.
So some people are holding on to trauma. And they don't want their kids to go through.
Thank you. Because me, I work with people who you think that they have families, but yet they don't have families. And then I work with people who have families, but again,
they make you feel like they don't have families.
They work more.
Or people who don't have families work more than people who have families.
They work more because this is the belief that we have. Most of us, not everyone. Most of us, because I myself, I prefer first developing myself as a person than starting up a family at an early age. Because right now, first of all,
but how long do you think it's gonna take you to like
you can
develop yourself
until
to the point where you feel comfortable to have a family?
Me, the first thing that I prefer with me as an example, I need to work for my family. Before giving birth to my first child or the second, they need to find a well-centered developments that are really going to take care of them, even though I'm not there. That's what I'm creating right now at this moment.
That is what everybody wants.
Plus,
it's a good goal to have. But how long is this gonna take? You could have an assumption, let's say 5-6 years.
It depends.
And this happens after 10 years.
It depends on someone's accountability. I can be getting a lot of money where I work. But guess what? I'm gonna spend it on stupid stuff.
Yeah.
It goes like that. But on my own accounting, I plan. You understand? Because if you look at today's world, if you don't have a plan in your head, guess what? You're gonna be failing. You need to have this thing that I'm working. Yes, at this age, I want to be having this. At this age, yes. If you're running away from starting up a family at your first age, then have a goal. Because at the end of the day,
I feel like that takes us to like exposure to financial awareness.
Yeah,
like when you start understanding how like how good it is to have money, or like how money really works, then you're like, oh, okay, I need to make more. I'll do this to make to get this amount of money.
Yeah.
So the more people have been aware of the value of money, they just feel like they want to be financially stable. But which comes with so much to deal with as well, you know, because you're going to look at financial literacy, where people have learned how to use money, but they don't know how much money weighs. I don't know if you get the difference.
They don't understand the value of money.
They understand how to use money and how to make it, which is a financial awareness, but they don't have the literacy of how money really is supposed to be handled.
Yeah.
You know.
Plus, maybe I can just say this also. The way I was saying, like as I told myself that I need to be emotionally prepared. Yeah, I just don't want to go ahead and do, because I've seen people, I've seen some friends of mine having kids, but whenever you look at her or you look at him,
They're struggling.
they're struggling because they weren't emotionally prepared for that. And when they're looking for they look into everything and like, oh my god, I have a kid now, who's gonna help me with this? They didn't plan for it.
But you know that starting a family starts with moving in with your partner.
Everything has to be
I don't think
prepared.
so.
Really? No, it's you to dominate the time.
You know, did you know there's people who even date, get married, they have kids and they don't stay together? There's people like that. It just depends what agreements you get together, you know. So let's actually look at the pros and cons of financial stability, of like chasing the goal of being financially stable.
Chasing the goal is this. Look, remember starting up a family. You're not going to say, let me start from housing. You're not going to stay in a 1-bedroom house. You know, of course you have to find a house that you're gonna be sleeping in a different bedroom with your wife, and the kids have their own bedroom.
Yeah, we've seen families where we come from when they have a studio.
Yeah, but that means they weren't prepared.
Yeah,
because you can't
unexpected.
you can't tell me that you having a studio and the kids are sleeping. You are sleeping on the other side, and then you put a curtain, and then you're sleeping this side. It doesn't make sense. You have to prepare yourself with that. What does that mean?
I mean, there is people who are not focused on financial stability. You know, there is people who are like me. As long as I have a family, and we can eat, we can sleep.
And we've seen people that have grown.
Yeah, you come down from scratch, and then you have the family you've built. It motivates you to grow, and then you guys get yourselves together and help each other become, get somewhere. You know, there's people like that. Not everybody wants to be financially stable.
Yeah, but let me tell you one thing. All people want to be financially stable.
Yeah.
Plus, let me give you an example of, you have 2 kids, right? One is 3 years, another one is 7. Are you gonna sleep? Are you gonna sleep with them in the same bedroom? Plus,
I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't want that.
then
But let me say, within the period, I have a girlfriend. You know,
Stuff happens.
yeah, and then things happen. She gets pregnant. Am I going to
Run away?
Yeah, am I going to run away or?
you're not going to run away, but you start preparing mentally. Once you accept that pregnancy, that it should be raised, that means you've started a very different chapter. You feel me?
Yeah.
You've started a very different chapter.
So
Whereby,
are you saying family is a big distraction to someone being financially stable?
no, it depends.
The dependence.
But when you calculate, let me tell you one thing. Okay, you've seen people here struggling with medical bills, right? Have you?
Yeah.
You've seen them. Me, I've experienced people where I work. They were stable, but
They had everything.
you know what ruined their life?
Poor
Is
planning.
Thank you. Poor planning.
Yeah.
Look, if you're renting a house of 3,500 and someone who is living in his or her house, built, not renting,
Mortgage.
who is better than who?
Of course, the mortgage, because you're almost paying the same amount of money.
But
every month.
Yeah.
listen, but at least the medical insurance and everything, it can be covered. You feel me? It doesn't.
Wait, you mean when you have a house?
No, let me. If you're here, it's gonna be the same. You understand?
Yeah.
So on this thing, we're gonna have to compare, either back home or here, where you want to start up a family from. Okay, these are now two different things. If you're here in the US and you start up a family and everything, of course you're gonna have to work hard. If at all you decide to get a house, you have to pay mortgage, right? You have to pay for the child's insurance. You have to pay for, everything.
Regardless, even if you're back home, depending on the economy back home right now, you have to work so hard.
Depending on the economy back home.
You have to work so hard.
Depending on the economy back home. Back home there, it is way more different from here. You know why? It's because if you have your own house, it's easier for you to look at the children and the school fees and everything without your mind being started with the mortgage and everything. You understand? But if it's here, you have to be mindful about a lot of stuff.
But if you're having a house back home, that means you planned.
That's it. If you're having a house when you're not renting, I want you to look at people who rent back home. Let me give you an example.
But no, let's put this clear. Somebody renting, it doesn't mean they're not planned or whatever.
No, it doesn't mean they're not planned, but also them, they are planning to get their own house to save that money they are paying for that rent.
Yeah.
Because
It's everybody's goal.
Yeah, they be thinking that if I reduce my money from paying this rent, I can
use this money for something else.
For something else. You feel me? But whenever you're still paying rent and everything, you're gonna be worried for it, because now I want you to look at this. You pay for the back home, you pay for the shop where you rent in town. You know, it's for 6M. As we look at everything right now,
depending on the business.
Yeah, it's 6M. Then you get back home, you're living in a house of 1M.
7M going to just housing.
Just going for housing and everything. Then look, your kids are in school. Each kid is paying 1.5. From the youngest to the eldest.
Let's say you have 2 kids.
Thank you. Okay, one is at campus. You have to pay the 4M. So, like, if you look at this, if it's me, I say it's all about preparing myself.
And better plans.
Yeah, in what's best for me. Because if I wake up in the morning and
okay, what is the good thing about being financially stable to you? What is like those pros? You feel like the good things about being financially
it's
stable?
because your family is not going to hustle.
Is that
your family
You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
like financial freedom?
thank you. It's not going to hassle, and you're reducing on some. You're reducing on some expenses. Do you know that? You're reducing on some expenses to the extent that the money that you would have used in those expenses, you direct them to somewhere else. That's why, like, when you look at these people, these rich people, some of them, they'll tell you, I worked hard before getting a family, but when I got money, I started up my own family, and it went on growing, you know. Yeah, but as we the youths, I can't urge you to engage yourself in something that you're not prepared for.
Otherwise, you're gonna end up with kids.
Otherwise,
having no
you're
food.
gonna end up with a kid who is going to disturb you in the future. You know, the kid has grew up locally. The kid has studied in schools that you feel like if you were stable enough, he wouldn't or she wouldn't have gone to that school. You feel me? Guess what? Taking your kid in a school that is very well built and high standard, they get connections from there. We've studied with
But then you also have to spend so much
with the school.
with the school
yes, but at
for your
least
kid to study in such a type of school.
yeah,
My
but
point
guess
is-
what? You've prepared yourself back here. Because you can't tell me, Kasman, you're working right now and you don't think about having kids in the future, isn't it? You have that in
I
your
could
mind.
be working and it's not something I think of.
Yeah, you're not looking at it, but
But is it something you want?
You want it, right?
Yeah, I would want to have
Definitely,
kids.
that's what I'm talking about.
But it's not like I'm working to have kids.
No, you're not working to have kids. You're working to develop yourself, then after have kids.
So you're preparing
You're
for what's to come
preparing
in the
for
future.
what's coming in the future. You can as well reach a time and be like, okay, now it's like these people. They can have those ideas. Then after all, he tells you, I felt like the way I saw the kid was disturbing my neighbor. I don't think I can handle that.
My question is like, if you're trying to get financially stable and you're having a plan of like 5 years and it doesn't happen in 5 years, it doesn't happen in 10 years, you're growing old. What happens next?
What are you talking about there?
You could have plans for like financial investments.
So you want to tell me in any of those plans within those years, you want to tell me that those years can reach when you have not achieved any.
Of course,
any
it's
percent.
very
It's very possible.
It's very possible.
We've seen people
Now,
that have
let me
It's very possible.
let me tell you one thing.
because for me the way I want to look at things, I want to see the positive and negative
Here,
and have solutions for both.
yeah, but here is the thing that I can tell you. We grew up. I'm giving an example of us and the way they see us back home. You grew up saying, "It's gonna reach a time when I have kids." Okay, it's gonna reach a time when I have what? Kids. But which am I going to put? You should.
No, let me tell you. Let me give you a clear example of myself. When I was around 17, 18, I always told myself I wanted to have at least my first kid before I turned 25. I got to 25 before I even hit 25. I was around 22, 23.
Yeah.
I started questioning myself. I'm
Am
like,
I really ready? for
like, do I really want to have a kid right now?
Yeah.
It's not because I don't want kids, but I look at myself.
You reflect on yourself.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm still struggling in certain areas. You know, even when you feel like at some point you've perfected something, you're like, you still kind of feel there is a gap
Yeah.
missing. You're like,
And even a millionaire wants to become a billionaire. You know?
yeah,
but
of course.
a millionaire wants to become a billionaire. But guess what? He has the stability to take care of the family. You know what? You know that.
Actually,
Let me tell you this.
the
Let me tell you
simplest-
this.
the
Let me tell
simplest
you this,
thing.
Abdul. We all know these rich people have the biggest problems more than us, the low-level people.
Yeah.
What we go through, they go through the most.
So
Those people, you don't see them to protect their money like that. They know how much
yeah,
it takes them to get
but
it.
guess what? Do you know that these are the same people who want to leave the legacy running? Have you ever looked at that? If you look at like either they want to make their children successful in the same business they're in, if at all they decide to get kids. Most of the people, they want to leave the legacy running, the name running. But if that can be your goal, like I want to run from a millionaire and become a billionaire.
Yeah.
That means if the thing of having children wasn't in your mind as such, as a priority to you, that I'm working but I know it in my head that in the future I have to have kids, then that means you can't really have it because it's not on your top list. On your top list, you're gonna be saying I want to become a billionaire, and you're gonna work looking at that.
I just feel like to exhaust this topic is like everyone has their definition of financial stability.
Yeah.
Somebody could tell you like, as long as I can provide for my kids and wife something to eat, as long as I can get their school dues or tuition, as long as they have a place to sleep, that's all I need. I don't need millions.
Yeah, and so and now, us who are by ourselves,
Yeah.
the first position you're gonna get in that makes you feel like you're financially stable, when you're able to pay all your bills, save some money for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you have peace of mind. You don't have any financial issues
Plus
disturbing.
Plus, the way Mr. Man said, he needs to provide for the work. For the government.
Oh, he's a provider.
He needs to
100%
work on that too. You understand? He needs to be financially stable.
Yeah.
So it's on top of his priorities.
Yeah.
Right? He needs to be able
And
to
also
provide for the government.
because like you could your goal would be like I need to take my kids to a school that's 1.5 a term.
Yeah.
And there's also a school that is 500k. That means there is also a person who feels like the 500k is his financial stability. But for you, it's not stable for you because your goal is 1.5.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's different levels.
Yeah, everybody has a different way they see it, but financial stability, it comes with so much anxiety, like so much stress,
Pressure.
yeah, pressure from the people around us, or like
Anyway, plus
the things we see, like
financial stability, me, I look at it in a way whereby I need to be all in all, the only thing I can tell you guys is that I need to be somewhere to start up a family. Yeah, I need to be somewhere to start up a family.
I just even feel like
but I feel like
our fathers are not appreciated that well. Do you know what it means having, how old are you? Okay, let me give you a random number. 25. 25. Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means like having your dad provide for you from day one when you were born to the time you started providing for yourself, day and night? He made sure you ate, he made sure you got something to drink, you went to school, had clothes. I just feel like men are not even appreciated that much.
Yeah, but he
But
was.
you know what takes
because
what it
us
takes to
men-
provide.
Remember,
us
when
men,
you-
we are
when
too
you-
focused with making money than spending time with the people we are making the money for.
when you give birth to your first child, when you go outside there to work, what are you gonna be having on your head?
My kid has to have a good life.
If right now your kid is a baby, still breastfeeding, changing pampers, the diapers, milk stuff and everything, you know, from the Formula One milk,
Health.
that thing. But you're gonna go outside there to work, and you're gonna be thinking of, so when my kid reaches like 7 years, how much is the daycare gonna be costing? How much is it gonna cost me to pay for it? And which kind of daycare do I want my kid to go to? Yeah. So you're gonna be planning ahead. You're not gonna be looking at the diapers and the milk. Fine, you're gonna be looking at them, but those are not gonna be the main thing at the moment.
The priority is the future.
Yeah, it's the future of the kid. How are you gonna drive this kid to show the kid that in this world you have to work hard to be a better person? Because I feel like every parent outside there wants to see his or her kid excelling.
And have a good life.
Yeah. So what does that mean? Whenever you go outside there, you have to look at what you've left behind.
And you know that some people grow mentally after they give birth.
Yeah.
That is what I'm saying. There's people who like feel like they don't need to start a family after they're financially stable.
Yeah.
You know, there's someone who'll be like, within my journey of chasing the bag, I want to start a family. You know, I want to grow with my family. I want to grow with my kids as young as I still am. If I'm like 20 or 22, I want to have a kid, my kid at that age, so that by the time I get like 40, my kid is like around 25.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of balance the equation, you know. We reason together. I feel like I'm talking to an adult. They don't want that big age group between them and their kids. You know, it's there is a lot of people who are like that too. It's not all about people delaying to start families because of financial stability.
Some of them it's like that.
Yeah, there's people like
because
that.
when you look at this thing is a lot of families, they suffer because they're not financially stable. Let's believe it or not.
I mean, that's true. A lot of people don't want to start so many things. Like, they're laid back. You even don't want to make decisions.
Yeah.
You know, to do things that make you happy, or
for me,
or even touch your money because you're saving it to be financially stable.
Some people excel or be better when they get pressure on their backs.
Yeah.
Some people just work under pressure.
Others run away.
Yeah.
Because they run away because they are not ready for the responsibility. All in all, what I urge to everyone is that if you're not ready for something, do not engage yourself in anything. If you feel like you're ready, well, you can put your head there and battle everything.
Because the waters untested.
Yeah, and battle everything that is going to come in front of you. Because
you know, just like anything else, if anybody chasing for financial stability, if there's anything anybody chasing for financial stability needs to know, you have to be a very, very good risk taker. You have to be ready to take the biggest risks of your life.
Put everything on the line.
Yeah, you have to lay down everything. You have to know that, okay, I have certain behaviors I've been, having. I have to let go.
You won't chill with the boys because you need to stay with the kids so that the mom can go to a night shift. There's a lot that comes with it.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of. Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
A kid comes with a lot of demands. Yep.
Not just a kid. Even staying with the lady.
Do you know that both of you can be staying together and it reaches a time and you leave and you chill to buy for yourself a new shirt and a new trouser, but
you buy a dress for your woman.
No, buy a clothes for a kid.
Clothes
for the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not about you anymore.
That is how our parents also raised us.
Because that's why our parents be like telling us, when you grow up, I've worked hard to take you in a good school. I've worked hard for you.
I've not bought myself
anything. That's why you look at a lot of parents saying, I've sacrificed.
I've
taught you. I've done everything in your way. You've went to a good school. You've had everything fancy, but it's your call.
But do you think it's better to raise a kid in a fancy life?
It depends on the way. Because
I don't second
it's
that.
challenging, but you can have the morals.
It's all about it's all about the idea that you have, because
you can have it all.
I feel like this generation is even worse.
If your kid is like 15, 18, you can tell them like you're gonna need to contribute as long as they start working.
Yeah.
Put something on them. You can be like, the water bill is on you. We need to pay for the water. Even though you have the money. But put that.
The question is that how you raise them?
As in how?
Because your kid is gonna start working. Let me say at 16.
What his meaning is,
when your kids are growing up.
When a kid is growing up, do you really have to show the kid that money is there? You don't have to stress about anything. Or you're gonna show your kid that in this world,
They work for
there
money.
is this thing that is called hustling, because
Yeah.
I also didn't wake up in the morning
There's
and I
this,
picked money from the tree.
there's this side of life you need to know, you need to learn.
I would show them that the reality.
Yeah, I can as well do that for me. I can as well do that. I can really do that to show them that in this, the way you're seeing the world because you're living under my roof is not what it is outside there.
Do you know that there's things parents deny kids, not because they can't afford them, or not because they can't,
But
give
just to nurture them.
yeah, just to nurture you, that you can't get everything in the world
you want.
the way you want it.
Yeah.
You know.
All in all, anyway.
Yeah.
Guys.
So we've been talking about financial stability. We've looked at different situations that come along the way as people struggle to finally get to the end of financial stability.
I'll make a
You know.
family.
Yeah, like eventually when you're financially stable, what comes next, you know? Or if, let me say, whatever your goals were 5 years, 10 years, by then you didn't go through, what happens next? What is the next way forward? How do you persevere through life, you know? But yeah, thank you for watching the video. We hope you guys share some opinions about financial stability too. We shall be dropping another video in the middle of the week, so stay tuned. Please share the videos.
Subscribe.
Yeah, we haven't gotten much feedback about what you guys want us to talk about, but we really want to interact with you so bad. So please and please,
You want to be their voice.
yeah, we want to like be the voices to your opinions. You know, let us know whatever you want to know. We shall definitely put it on the table and air out our minds. You know, if you disagree with us, you let us know. We're open. But yeah, it's Jonathan here. Go subscribe on my Instagram, Jonathan_Casivante with one eye. Yeah.
And it's your boy XOVIC Zovic. Anywhere on any social media platform, just search that and you'll get hold of me. Thanks for watching and keep pushing content. Share it to everyone in your vicinity and we'll really appreciate that.
Yo guys, it's your boy Gala Abdul. It was nice having my friends here. Please guys subscribe, and we are really waiting for your views. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.
Peace.